Boom! You guys looking for this? Did I get it right this time? Yes, I got it right this time. You guys asked for him, and here he is, the Trash Panda. Now let's rock on with Rocket. And Baby Groot. Starting with the box front, it's the same design as Iron Man, except this time it's Rocket. Here's one side with the glam of Rocket. Here's the top, the side, and the bottom. And here's the bottom with the UPC and the other figures. You guys said this might be Spider-Man, but what if it's SpongeBob? Okay, I gotta show you guys this real quick. So I got Rocket out already, but check out Baby Groot here. He's being held in by this metal twist tie here, so you can't just cut it with scissors. It's not like you could anyways, because there's like no room. But check out this back here. Look at this. Look, hold on, the focus. All right, look at that. Look, there's, how am I supposed to untwist that? There's no handle. I mean, see this twist tie right here? See how you can kind of untwist that? You got a little leverage, but I got nothing. What, who designed this? 2,000 years later. And there he is, guys. I finally got him out, but I'm old now. I'm just kidding, guys, but seriously, whoever cut the tail ends off that twist tie, I dislike you very, very much. But anyways, there he is, guys, the Trash Panda Express and his little buddy Baby Groot. Now, some of you have already noticed his suit is actually based off Disney Infinity 2.0, which is also based off the Guardians of the Galaxy 1 suit. Now, one would think they would base him off the most recent movie he was in, which is Avengers Endgame, or at the very least, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, but, well, he still looks cool, so let's go and get some close-ups. Starting with the head, we get a pretty good looking rabbit face. I like the sculpt overall, and the plastic that they use is actually very smooth. It's actually an improvement on Toybox figures, and the paint overall is actually pretty crisp and clean, except for a little bit of edge bleed on some of the black portions there, but the eyes look good and the nose look good, and so does the mouth. And these ears here, they even got a little bit of paint on the sides too, and it's actually pretty hard. You know, so definitely don't sit on it. And it rotates in a cycle, pretty smooth too. Has a little bit of side to side, super tiny, and a little bit of up and down, also super tiny. And moving into the body, which is also the rest of the figure because he's so tiny, we get the awesome Guardians of the Galaxy 1/Disney Infinity 2.0 suit. I actually like the orange paint. Orange isn't my favorite color, but they actually made it look pretty good here, even on his legs there. And the little paint though on the buckles here, they're a little bit hit and miss. Some of them are really crisp and clean, and some of them are not, so definitely check it if you can at the store. But the little symbol up here is actually really well printed and just crisp and clean. I think, is that the Ravager symbol or Guardian? I don't think the Guardians have a symbol. I think that's just the Ravager symbol. And his arms look pretty awesome too, with this little kind of sculpted in little fuzziness. I think that's the official term. Yeah, definitely. Looking pretty good too. Smooth plastic as well. And then the legs look pretty good as well. Got the little, I don't know, the piping there, whatever that is for a spacesuit. And pretty clean paint, blah, 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 for that too. So yeah, looking pretty good. And there's smooth plastic on the legs there, and then on the back here you get his rocket, but it's kind of loosely fitting, as you can see. It's like yeah, so yeah, we'll take a look at that later. Anyways, here's the back, looking pretty awesome as well. Really well detailed for the back. I mean, that's one thing I like about Toybox, they look really good. Then you got the tail on the back, and then you got the tail here, which spins somewhat in a circle. It kind of gets stuck a little bit on this top part right there. You can kind of see pink get stuck right there, but if you go, actually no, I'm not going to push it. So yeah, it goes around, and you can actually stand with or without the tail down, so that's a plus. Oh, but something really cool I wasn't expecting from a Toybox figure is, check out his shoulder strap right here. You see that sparkle? See that sparkle in there? There's a little bit of like sparkles, so it's it's like, wow, that's a really nice touch. They didn't have to do that, especially for this type of figure, but they're really upping their game, and especially in the articulation. Check this out. The joints actually have position clicks now. Check this out. One click, up click, see that? Pop, pop. You can kind of see that, and it goes backwards, forwards. That one's smooth. So it's just like Marvel Legends now. So check this out. So it got pop, and then pop, and then pop. So there's different positions. It rotates in a circle as well, and that's for every single joint. Even the hands have slight, little poppiness, and then the waist doesn't. It's just smooth. But then the legs actually have a little bit of pop as well, which is really impressive. I mean, there's a splits there. It goes forward and back as well. Move the tail out of the way. All the way back as well. Pretty decent. And even the feet have some pop. First, the spinning doesn't, but check this out. Pop. 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 I mean, the Marvel Toybox line here is really upping its game with the joints and then the smoother plastic, and just great paint job overall. And this is the newest figure too, so I can't wait to see what Captain Marvel, Captain America, and SpongeBob have in store. And here's a closer look at Roquette's Roquette, and it's pretty decently sculpted overall, looking pretty nice. And it has a surprising amount of paint apps for such a, basic figure in a sense. I mean, it's only 13 bucks, way cheaper than a Marvel Legends, but it's got paint to match. And it's also a little bendy too, so you don't have to worry about breaking it so easily. Now, the only downfall is that it fits a little bit loosely on Rocket, so it's kind of like it just falls off pretty easily. But you can kind of rectify that by turning his tail like that, so it kind of puts pressure on the Rocket, and then it doesn't fall out, so that kind of works. But what's really cool is that since it has this little peg hole right here, any other figure that has the hole in the back can also fit it. And of my toy box figures, I happen to have two that have compatible fitting holes: Thanos and Spidey's. Let's go and take a look at Spidey first. We'll get the Rocket here, and then we'll just plug it in right into his little peg hole. It fits a little strangely, but it still fits, and there you go. You got Spidey with the Rocket Pack, so now he can be flying Spider-Man. And here's Thanatos, and then here's his peg hole right there. We're going to plug it in. Now this Rocket is really small compared to him, so it looks kind of funny, but hey, you know what? It fits, and that's what he looks like. So he can be a flying Thanos, So yeah, just flying Thanos. Whoa, bet you didn't see that coming. And here's a closer look at his blasters. They're both exactly the same. We're going to take a closer look at one here. The sculpting and details are surprisingly crisp and clean, and I mean like really clean. Just look at that. It's very simplistic and just almost like Apple design blaster if they made one. But yeah, I really like it, and I love the paint too. Look at that. It's got a little bit of sparkle into it. Then that orange looks pretty good, the accent, and it's actually strangely soft, so that's cool. You don't have to break it easily, although it's pretty thick, so I don't think that would be an issue. So man, and that's what he looks like holding them. Get some! Oh, they fell out of his hand. And finally, we get Baby Groot, and man, I really like the sculpt on this guy. They did a really good job. You got the shoulder blades there, then you got kind of like twig details down there, and he's made of that same smooth plastic that Rocket's made out of, the high quality stuff, and it's pretty soft overall as well, kind of bendy. But what's really cool is he's actually articulate. Look, his arm rotates. It's actually on a ball joint right there, so you can kind of move it back that much forward. It's just like, what? This is like the best Groot ever. Same thing for this other hand. Rotates, it's on that ball joint, so you can kind of wave. Hello, I'm Baby Groot. And then his head's also on a ball joint. It's got more articulation than Rocket does. Goes forward, back. I got that backwards, but it also spins. This is an awesome Baby Groot. Baby! Baby Groot! Baby Groot! Baby! Groot. And now for some comparisons. Here he is next to some other Roquette figures that I have. The Hasbro basic versions are here. You got the Endgame and the Infinity War version, and then you got the Marvel Legends Guardians of the Galaxy 2 version. And hey, look, it's Team Rocket, from Power Rangers. And here he is next to his fellow Toy Box friends. And here they are next to some Marvel Legends and basic figures. Sacre bleu, she fell over. Well guys, Rocket and his little friend McGroodles make a pretty great team. Disney keeps upping the quality of these figures, and they are quite superior to the first wave that came out almost 2 years ago. Hopefully they continue this toy line for many more years to come. And now I'm really looking forward to those coming soon figures on the back of the box. Anywho dudes, thanks for joining me on another review, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.